Dear President Obama, how are things in the Oval Office? I imagine Washington must be beautiful this time of year, what with the leaves changing and all. No such luck here in Los Angeles, but you know that firsthand after your recent visit here. In fact, I managed to watch you on Leno on October 25th. Between announcing bringing home all the troops from Iraq by the holidays and the death of Gaddafi, you must be feeling pretty good, and not without good reason. However, while you were chatting it up with Jay, Oakland police fired tear gas and rubber bullets at over 500 Occupy protesters. The reason given for this barbaric assault was the overnight camping had to end because of health and safety concerns, Oakland police said in a statement. Apparently, the police of Oakland feel that the best way to uphold health and safety is to fire tear gas and rubber bullets on its own peaceful citizens. President Obama, now might be a good time to remind the police of this country that their goal is to protect and serve, not to attack and arrest peaceful citizens who are trying to right the wrongs of this nation, of which there are now more than ever. When Jay asked you your thoughts on Occupy Wall Street, all you said was that people are frustrated and that they feel the powers that be aren't looking out for them. This was a genuine opportunity to pledge your full support to this marvelous, truly democratic movement, but instead you brushed over it casually. I find this particularly strange considering just a few months ago, you were condemning the use of force against protesters in Egypt, Libya, and other parts of the Middle East. You stood tall and strong for the people of those struggling nations as they took to their streets, demanding to put an end to the epic greed and corruption that has crippled their societies. And yet, when it comes to your own people, your only solution was to spend the next year trying to give them jobs so they won't have to occupy anything. While it's true that an unemployed society is a restless society, you fail to see the true scope and nature of occupied America if you reduce its motivation to nothing more than employment. Occupying Americans don't just want jobs, we want justice. Justice that will place the people responsible for our 2008 economic collapse behind bars, for life. Justice that will put an end to corporate funding of political agendas and campaigns so that we can ensure that our representatives aren't completely bought and paid for by privatized interest groups who do not have America's best interests at heart. After all, Mr. President, you didn't exactly turn down the $795,000 Goldman Sachs donated to your campaign between 2007 and 8. We also demand justice that will ensure we won't invade, attack, and occupy another country anytime, anywhere, based on blatant lies and manipulation. I know, that wasn't you, but we the people are looking at our past, present, and future to nail this thing down. The occupations springing up across our great nation are just the beginning, and you need to realize this movement is bigger than yourself and whoever ends up replacing you, whether it is next year or 5 years from now. Sitting next to Mr. Leno the other night, you then managed to transition from talking about Occupy Wall Street to eating chicken wings. Now, having grown up in Buffalo, I am always ready and willing to eat and talk about delicious chicken wings, but there is a time and place for that. You might be as calm, cool, and collected as ever, Mr. President, but now would be a good time to realize that you are about to have a serious mess on your hands, and I'm not talking about hot sauce, if you do not start to take the American occupation seriously. Occupied America is having a defining moment that you can easily be a part of if you wanted to. In fact, we could probably help guarantee your re-election next year if you did just that. But that would mean chewing through all the barbed wire that surrounds any president's soul and actually becoming the hope and change you promised us. It won't be easy or painless, but neither is what we're doing out here. And if you wanted to shatter the mold that has been in place for the past century, it's difficult to imagine you wouldn't be celebrated as a true American hero. After all, we may have occupied the court, but the ball is still yours. Please use it wisely. Best regards, Marco Minone, the Occupied Venice Journal.